Think he's not pumped up?
40,000 on their feet. 2-2 pitch. The A's win the West. And 108 was their record 2 years ago, winning the West, sweep the Royals in 3, 4-1 the final.
Just show him something different. Now here comes the heater. Oh, gave him a curveball. He pops it up. Greg Nettles. Game is over. Yankees have defeated the Milwaukee Brewers by a score of 7-3. Dave Righetti gets the win. Goose Gossage his third save. Righetti's second win. Moose Haas the loss, his second loss. The Milwaukee Brewers down 2 games to none, leaving their home stadium, came to New York and made a contest of it, winning 2 in a row before finally succumbing tonight.
So the usual pandemonium on the field.
Now you have the league championship series to see who wins the American League. And then you get through that, you get yourself in the World Series.
Greenwell with a fly ball to left center field. Albert Bell in and calling for it. The guys are already coming out of the Cleveland dugout, and the Cleveland Indians will advance. They have now won 103, taking the first 3 in a row of this series to sweep the Red Sox and advance to the American League Championship Series.
They would love a base hit into the gap, and they could win it with Junior Speed to stretch. And the 0-1 pitch on the way to Edgar Martinez. Swung on and lined down the left field line for a base hit. Here comes Joy. Here is Junior to third base. They're going to wave him in. The throw to the plate will be late. The Mariners are going to play for the American League Championship. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my. Edgar Martinez with a double. Ripped down the left field line, and they are going crazy at the Kingdom.
In the American League, and the Orioles won it all. Albert Bell, is this his final game as a Cleveland Indian? Strike 3. The ball game is over. The Orioles have won the divisional series against the Cleveland Indians. The wild card team has defeated Cleveland in their home field.
There it is. John Whitland has put down Dean Palmer, and the Yankees are moving on to the ALCS. The Yankees celebrate at the mound, and listen to the celebration here in the stands for the Texas Rangers, who made it to the postseason for the first time. But they ran into a gritty bunch of New York Yankees to whom no deficit was too large.
Last chance for the Orioles. The Mariners without a hit since the second inning. And this should do it. Boarding. The Orioles have won the series. And the Moose call goes up again. Mike Messina, big game pitcher. The Moose has defeated Randy Johnson twice. Messina and the Orioles have taken the best at the Mariners.
Into left center field. Giles is there. Celebrate.
Ground ball to second. Knobloch. The Yankees sweep. It took them 3 games and parts of 4 days. But they take the Texas Rangers 3-0. Allowing them 1 run in the 3-game series. Shane Spencer, suddenly the man of the moment. Up and down between Columbus and New York 4 times this year. His 4th call-up came on August 31st, barely making him eligible for postseason play. Homers in both games in which he played in this division series. Ending abruptly for Pudge Rodriguez. Another great season for him. Gold Glove defense and a .321 batting average. But the Rangers are done and the Yankees move on.
Game over, series over. The Indians are going back to the ALCS. A perfect 1-2-3 ninth inning for Mike Jackson. What a game for David Justice. And what a well-managed game this was for Mike Hargrove. Justice with the offense, a pair of doubles, the 2-run double in the 8th inning to put the Indians on top for good.
A bouncing ball, Jeter from the outfield grass, long throw, Zeal dives, but can't get there. It's over, and the Yankees sweep it. Tremendous effort by Zeal, but Jeter with a fine play from the outfield grass closes it out. And for the 2nd consecutive year, Texas gets strong pitching throughout, and all to no avail.
Down 2-0. The Boston Red Sox have come storming back, and they are in the American League Championship Series. No hits allowed by Pedro Martinez from the 4th inning on.
Jimmy Williams allowing the players to celebrate. First manager that I saw do that was Tom Kelly with the 1987 World Champion Minnesota Twins. Red Sox and their fans hoping that this year they could change the curse into the purse.
A remarkable come from behind victory in this series for Jimmy Williams and the Boston Red Sox.
A scrappier crew you will never find on a big league baseball diamond.
Drag bunt. There it is. The Mariners have won.
catch your breath when you see your drop-dead closer out there on the mound with a line drive hit back towards him.
Now Eric Chavez. The runner goes, and it's popped up, and this could do it. Martinez in foul ground, and the New York Yankees have won Game 5 here in Oakland, and they march on to the American League Championship Series. The Yankees flew all night to get here. They will fly all night tonight to go back. And I would imagine the plane ride home will be a lot better than the plane ride coming.
Well, the Mets fans in New York have to stop partying now and allow the Yankee fans to begin their celebration.
The Yankees celebrate as they look ahead now to take on the Seattle Mariners. The Yankees with home field advantage. It gets underway on NBC Tuesday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, with Bob Costas and Joe Morgan. Bobby, you will be joining Joe Buck and Tim McCarver for Game 1 of the National League Championship Series right here.
And you don't want to let Burns get on. A left-hand hitter, Johnny Damon, who has pretty good power, is on deck, and he's the tying run. The Yankees can win the series with one more strike. They're 1 out away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Rivera is set at the belt. The pitch. He struck it out swinging. Ball game over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. Pandemonium in the Bronx. Pandemonium at Yankee Stadium. The New York Yankees lost the first 2 games of the playoff series and were written off. And they have risen from the dead, winning 2 in Oakland, winning tonight, and coming from a 2-0 deficit. They are celebrating on the mound, and Mike has the totals.
When Mariano Rivera got the 3rd strike, he actually did a 360 on the mound and pumped his fist straight up into the air, and they're all hugging and slapping 5 and high-fiving right around the pitcher's mound. Not an unbelievable display of emotion. The Yankees are thrilled. I don't think they ever thought they'd get to this. It's not that they ever gave up. But boy, to believe that you'd come back and win 3 in a row against a team like the Oakland A's that won 102 games during the regular season is perhaps believing a little too much. Joe Torre goes all the way back to the Yankee dugout, and he takes Mayor Rudy Giuliani out of his private box, and he will bring Giuliani out on the field where he can celebrate with the team. They both have their arms around each other. Giuliani to Torre's right, and Torre to Giuliani's left. And a great moment at Yankee Stadium as the Yankees will go to the ALCS for the 4th straight year, and they will try to get to the World Series for the 4th straight year. Here are the totals. Yankees 5-10-1, leaving 9 runners on. They're 3-2 in this series, and that's enough. Oakland 3-7-3, leaving 7 runners on. And Oakland is 2-3, and Derek Jeter pumped his right fist in the air as he jogs toward the Yankee dugout. The winning pitcher, Stanton, he's 1-0. The save is Rivera's 2nd. The loser is Mulder. He's 1-1. 1 home run in the game. David Justice, his 1st of the series. The attendance here at the stadium is sellout, 56,642, and the time of the game, 3 hours and 23 minutes. And it's brought to you by William Barthman Jewelers and Rolex at 2 locations, 174 Broadway in New York City or in Brooklyn at 1118 Kings Highway.
You know that Joe waited to hug everyone. And the last guy coming in, Tony Cloninger, with a ball bag, and Joe walked out and waited for him and gave him a hug. And Joe is waving his hat to the crowd. Mike, this is the most emotional demonstration since the Yankees beat Atlanta in '96.
Third base, and your winner, Seattle.
Seattle lost game 3, 17-2. They had to win game 4 to get game 5, and they've won this one too.
Angels 9, Yankees 5. 2 out, 2 on in the 9th. 1 ball, no strikes to Nick Johnson. Percy delivers, and it's popped up. Third base side. Eckstein, the shortstop, makes the catch. And here come the Angels swarming out of the dugout. The Anaheim Angels have knocked the American League champion New York Yankees out. The Angels are going on to the American League Championship Series. The Yankees are going home empty to New York. 9-5, the final score. Just another Halo victory. The Angels are hugging and celebrating out there by the mound. Some fans have run onto the field, a few anyway. The Yankees have not gone back into their clubhouse yet. Their season is over. Joe Torre, a one-time Angel, standing up on the top step of the dugout, looking out kind of ruefully at the celebration. Jeter, the same thing. Zimmer. Meanwhile, the Angels hugging each other, celebrating. They have brought this series in 4 games. They're moving on to the American League Championship Series against either Oakland or Minnesota. And if they can win that, they'll be in the World Series for the first time in their history. But for tonight, they'll celebrate this one and wait and see what happens tomorrow in Oakland. What a win, what a series, what a day for the Angels. What a memorable season. Percival takes his cap off and doffs it for the fans.
Some nightmares in this park this year. Krasinski drives one deep into right field. Dye going back. This ball is gone. A home run! Onto the top of the scoreboard, and that is a home run. A.J. Pierzynski has given them 2 more runs. He hit only 6 home runs all year long, and this one just above the out-of-town scoreboard, and out of here it is 4-1 Minnesota. And suddenly the Coliseum sounds tomb-like, and maybe the series. And that's a base hit, and now they're going to add on to it. Dye cuts it off. Scoring is Guzman, and a double by Ortiz, and the Twins are leading 5-1 in Game 5. There he goes, and a pop-up, and they're battling the sun. Minkiewicz doesn't see it. Hopkins comes over, and he's got it. And the Minnesota Twins have won the division series. The Oakland Athletics, with a last gasp in the 9th inning, a dramatic comeback, but the tying run is stranded on base, and the heavy underdog, the Minnesota Twins, have won this series. And a wild scrum out there near the pitcher's mound.
Now White deals, swung on and corked to deep center. Bernie going back, away back. He makes the catch. Ball game over. American League Division Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win. Oh, the Yankees defeat Minnesota today 8-1. They win the series 3 games to 1. The pitching of Messina, Wells, Clemens, Pettit, and Mariano Rivera, and some timely hitting. And the Yankees have won the first round. They win the division series 3 games to 1. They celebrate Charlie on the field.
In a very business-like fashion. There's nobody jumping up and down. There are handshakes and hugs, to be sure. But this is just another step in the Yankees' drive toward the World Series. A lot of high fives, and now it looks like the Stanley Cup, where the 2 teams come across and shake hands with one another, only it's all Yankees. The Yankee bullpen coming out to congratulate the starters, the bench players, and the like. And it's all very matter-of-fact. They're congratulations, exchanging of fists, high fives, but there is no joyous celebration that we often see with teams who are less experienced in the postseason. The Yankees know merely the first step has been taken in the postseason.
Now the Red Sox and all of New England trying to hold on as Derek Lowe is on to face Ramon Hernandez, who had just 2 sacrifice bunts this year, but we saw what a good bunter he was with his base hit. They won game 1. It came off Derek Lowe. Lowe to the set. He's squaring the pitch. He bunts it. Third base side. Bill Miller has it. Must go to first. Out there. Jackson takes the throw, but now the tying run is at third. The winning run is at second, and Jermaine Dye is the batter. Lowe is ready at the set position. The pitch. Strike 3 called. He got him on a sinker. 2 men out in the 9th, and Singleton is coming up. The runners lead. The pitch. Low ball 4. They're loaded up for Terrence Long. Lowe with the open base was very careful, and here comes Terrence Long. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 out, 3 on. Lowe is ready. The pitch. Strike 3 call. The Red Sox win it. Derek Lowe pumps his fist. Bring on the Yankees. The Red Sox have hung on to beat the Oakland Athletics 4-3. They're mobbing Derek Lowe at the mound. The ultimate save by the Red Sox bullpen and Derek Lowe. The Red Sox move on to play the Yankees. The final, Boston 4, Oakland 3. Can you believe it?
He went 2 2/3, did K-Rod. And here's David Ortiz. You see that number today with 3 hits. This could be 4. Back it goes. It's over. The Red Sox win, and they're moving on up.
Ground ball. Yankees, Red Sox, LCS. For the 2nd year in a row. Another Yankee comeback. And for the 2nd straight year, the Twins are done in 4 against the New York Yankees. Minnesota will not have a Game 5 in the Bronx. A 6-5 final in 11. Another Yankee comeback gets it done.
Gucci Canerco. The Red Sox dream to repeat is over, and the Chicago White Sox have come into Fenway Park and completed a sweep here in the AL Division Series. They won 3 different types of games in this series, and they have shown all of us why they had the best record in the American League. And the valiant Red Sox, a 3-year soap opera which hit the highest of highs, now watches Chicago celebrate on the field, and Bubbly and Sudsy's ready to go in the visitors' locker room. Congratulations to the White Sox, and congratulations to the Boston Red Sox as well.
They got a manager that's doing everything in the world right in Ozzie Guillen, and to me, what has not been known until now, they have got the deepest bullpen by far of any team that's in the postseason right now. You can add El Duque to the mix of what already was solid.
2 on, 2 out. As they try to get that final out. Here it comes, 0-2. Ground ball toward first, diving stop. Erstad, underhand to Frankie. They got him. The ball game is over. The series is over. And the Angels win it. 5-3 over the Yankees. The Angels are headed to Chicago. Celebrate on the field. 45,000 couple of bucks short tonight at the Big A. The Angels move on to face the White Sox. What a night for Urban Santana. He is jumping up and down in that huddle out there as the Angels gather around on the infield, surrounded by microphones and cameras. The Angels win the game 5-3, and the Yankees, a tremendous competitor, they go home.
Street ready. He fires. Popped up. There's Payton. And the Oakland Athletics have swept the Minnesota Twins. It is on to the American League Championship Series for the A's. The opportunity to clinch, and this time, Oakland does not stumble. The A's win it 3 in a row. And I think many in baseball figured this would be maybe the most competitive series. But this is one of those that would definitely go to 5 games. But the Oakland Athletics proved to be the dominant team this October.
Well, Oakland, a very dangerous ball club and very well balanced. Not any one component where they're weak, and seem to take advantage of all the opportunities.
On the ground, second base. Listen to him roar. Tigers in 4. To being the scrappy underdog, apparently. The Detroit Tigers. What a series. What a performance. And this city, which has just been aching for a baseball winner for so long, they've got it.
Compete in the postseason. Mike Scioscia doing a nice thing or getting his bench people in. Rob Quinlan pinch hitting pops up, and that does it. The Red Sox sweep the Angels, and they are in the American League Championship Series. Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, 2 home runs each in this 3-game sweep. The Red Sox pitching utterly dominant. And after a couple of years away from the ALCS, the Red Sox go and they get to open at home Friday.
And the game is over. The Cleveland Indians have won this series in 4 games, 6-4. Your final score. The Indians are headed to Fenway Park, and an era ends, perhaps, in New York. Frank
Sinatra is singing New York, New York on the PA. But for Eric Wedge, it might as well be Frank Sinatra's I Did It My Way. His team did it the way they've done it all year long. And they have shocked the Yankees and won this series in 4 games. And gentlemen, they will meet the Red Sox later on this week.
2-2 to Griffey. Struck him out. In the postseason for the first time, the Tampa Bay Rays are headed to the American League Championship Series. Center fielder Hunter towards right center. For Pedroia to go the other way. A 1-2 pitch. Pedroia hits a soft liner. Back goes Ibar. The Los Angeles Angels have swept the Boston Red Sox and are headed to the American League Championship Series.
Coming into this game today, the Angels just 2-7 in their postseason games here at Fenway Park. But they scored 2 in the 8th and 3 in the 9th to come back. They have been a comeback team all season long. And Vladdy Guerrero, with his first RBIs in this series, a 2-run single off Jonathan Papelbon in that 3-run 9th inning.
In these 3 games, 1.26 for Yankee pitching.
Ground ball hit out to Jeter. How apropos. And the Yankees are moving on to the American League Championship Series for the...
Not a player or a fan sitting. Fly ball left field. Brett Gardner is back. And the New York Yankees are on their way to the American League Championship Series.
Upton pops it up. Left side, Elvis Andrus is backpedaling. He is under it. He puts it away. The Texas Rangers have won a postseason series for the first time in franchise history and move on to the American League Championship Series to face the New York Yankees.
Lee looking into Molina. And the pitch to the right-handed batter. Swung on, high fly ball. Short left center field. Backing out is Andrews, waving his arms. He's got it. And the Rangers are on their way to the American League Championship Series. Hello, win column at Tropicana Field. The Rangers have beaten the Rays 5-1. And they are mobbing Cliff Lee between the mound and home plate for a complete Game 6 hitter. Yes, it has finally happened, Ranger fans. The Rangers have won a postseason series, and in order to do so, they had to be the first team in Major League history to win a series in which every game was won by the visiting team.
Nolan Ryan came into this year, said he expected his team to be on the other side of 90 wins, and not only did they get to that, but now they're on the verge of advancing to the League Championship Series for the first time. Pitched up, then he popped it up. The shortstop Elvis Andrus is underneath it as he makes the catch, and the Texas Rangers move on to the American League Championship Series. For the first time in history, they win a postseason series. So the Rangers are celebrating in St. Petersburg. The visiting team won all 5 of the games in this series.
So here is Jose Valverde trying to pick up the save and send the Tigers to the American League Championship Series. And Granderson lifts it in the air. Playable left field, Ryan Rayburn. And the Tigers are 2 outs away from advancing. And Cano breaks his bat, center field, and Jackson is there. 2 gone. First pitch swinging Robinson Cano, and the Yankees are down to their final out of the season. Ball and 2 strikes. Valverde deals, and a swing and a miss. Valverde strikes out Alex Rodriguez, and the Detroit Tigers are headed to the American League Championship Series. They win on the road again.
Breaking ball from Feliz. He throws hard, and then he can get the breaking ball over. The slider catches the outside corner.
The 1-2 pitch. Jennings chops it towards second base. He had Kinsler to second, and the Texas Rangers are headed back to the American League Championship Series.
Well, the Rays have done it so many times during the regular season, unable to do it here in Game 4 as they got behind. The Texas Rangers come in and take Game 4 of the ALDS and move on to the American League Championship Series.
Well, the powerful bats of the Rangers finally came alive in this game. 4 solo home runs. That was the difference in the ball game. Adrian Beltre with a game of his life, a 3-homer game, as he was coming off a terrific end to his season. He was the American League Player of the Month in September. Took him a while to get started in this postseason, but he took this game over here this afternoon.
The winner is Harrison. The loser is Hellickson in this game for the Tampa Bay Rays, and Feliz picks up the save here as
Tweeters. 0-1. Swung on, bounce back to Sabathia. Turns, throws to first, in time. Ball game over. American League Division Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
John Sterling with a call on WCBS one more time. 3-1 New York is your final. The Yankees can enjoy some bubbly in the clubhouse, including Alex Rodriguez.
Jim Leyland really acknowledged what this Oakland A's team did when he looked at their schedule late in the season. They played 17 of 20 on the road and went 12-8 during that stretch. So he knew they were going to be a tough opponent in this series.
One base runners reach third for the A's. Here's a ground ball right side. Omar Infante to first. The Detroit Tigers are headed to the American League Championship Series, and the magical season for the Oakland A's has come to an end. The Tigers will celebrate here in Oakland.
as Uehara prepares to deal to Longoria.
Swing and a miss, he struck him out. It's over, and the Red Sox are headed to the American League Championship Series. They have defeated the Tampa Bay Rays 3-1 in the division series, and now they're out of the dugout, they are out of the bullpen, and they are piling on top of Koji Uehara.
WEEI provides the call one more time. The 3-1 Red Sox victory gives them their first ALCS berth since 2008. The Red Sox outscore.
Smith hits a high fly ball to right field. In from right comes Torrey Hunter. Makes the catch, and the Detroit Tigers are going back to the American League Championship Series.
They did what they had to do. You see Cabrera with a big home run tonight. Verlander did his thing once again, back-to-back years against the A's. The Tigers seem like they're out of this thing. They were dead in the water in Game 4, 3-0. And they come back and win that game 8-6.
Got a big home run from Johnny Peralta. Their stars stepped up in crucial situations, and Verlander 16 straight retired to start the game, and of course the 2-run home run by the man, Miguel Cabrera.
The ninth, Greg Holland trying to shut the door. Angels down to their final out. Mike Trout at the dish.
Next stop, Baltimore. The Royals will play in the American League Championship Series. This was a team that was 50-50 through 100 games this season. They went on a tear in which they won 22 out of 27. They battled Detroit for the lead in the AL Central. Wound up the #1 wild card. And now they square off with the Baltimore Orioles, against whom they took 4 of 7 in the regular season. The ALCS beginning Friday at Camden Yards.
At the dish.
Harris, ground ball to third. Flaherty will go to second. There's one. The relay, 2. Double play. Ball game over, and the Orioles keep the pedal to the metal, and they do it with a 3-game sweep.
WBAL with the call one more time. The Orioles hang on for the
Championship Series.
Davis takes over here in the top of the ninth. George Springer represents the last chance. A drive to right. Orlando on his horse back there to make the catch at the wall, and it's with that exclamation point that the Kansas City Royals move on for a date with the Blue Jays.
For the second straight season, the Royals advance to the ALCS. They do it with a 7-2 win. They'll host the Blue Jays beginning on Friday.
The show by Russell Martin. Texas tries to turn 2. Poor throw by Rougned Odor first. Here comes Josh Donaldson scoring from second. The Blue Jays celebrate.
The payoff pitch. Swung on a high fly ball, shallow right. Chisenhall is there. He makes the catch. Ball game. And the sweep is complete. And this resilient bunch of Cleveland Indians will play for the American League pennant.
The Indians hang on and sweep the Red Sox, taking it 4-3 and advance to
102 wins during the regular season. And they'll do it. The New York Yankees have survived. All 4 of their postseason wins this year have come in elimination games. A come-from-behind wildcard victory, then down 0-2 in this series. They claim games 3 and 4 at home, take game 5 on the road, and are headed to Houston.
An amazing comeback. A gritty team, a manager who had to face a lot of criticism, who stayed the course. He kept his team ready. And the veteran guys on the Yankees